Jesus said to his disciple, "Be watchful, be alert. You do not know when the time will come. It is like a man traveling abroad. He leaves home and places his servants in charge, each with his own work, and orders the gatekeeper to be on the watch. Watch, therefore. You do not know when the Lord of the house is coming, whether in the evening, or at midnight, or at the cock's crow, or in the morning. May he not come suddenly and find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to all, watch." The Gospel of the Lord. The season of Advent prepare us for Christmas. It is a time of intense preparation for Jesus' coming. Sure, we first understand this coming at his birth in Bethlehem, which calls for a joyful celebration. But in the second reading and in the Gospel of today, those two readings talks about the final coming of Christ at the end of the world, something the early Christian communities believe was imminent. For the faithful, the Lord's coming is not something to fear. They are asked to live in such a way as to be always ready to meet the Lord. Those words are also now addressed to us. 3 times in today's Gospel, Jesus tells his disciples to stay awake. A call meant for us also, a very appropriate call for the beginning of a new liturgical year. Advent calls us to wake up, to shake off the dust of routine and habit, and to let Christ come alive once again in our life. We all know how habit plays a big part in our life. All of us, maybe except the very young, are to a great degree creatures of habit. It is even said that we live the second half of our lives according to the habits acquired during the first half. Well, a saying that is comforting for those who have formed good habits, but disturbing for those who have developed bad habits. So let us carefully pay attention. There is a positive side to habit. In learning something, or for example in acquiring a skill, repetition is often necessary and helpful. Athletes, for example, have shown us that repetition can bear fruit, can produce good result. Habits, then, can become life-giving, life-sustaining in reaching a goal. But we have to admit there is also a negative side to habit. If there is too much repetition in life without thinking, if we do the same things day in and day out, we can easily and unconsciously get trapped into a fixed and a boring way of living. We are always, day after day, running on the same track and getting things done with absent mind and in a casual and unthinking manner. As a result, there is no more real heart than real feeling in them. We have sung in a series of tradition and conformity, which at the end snuff out the whole life. Brothers and sisters, what happened in ordinary life can happen also in our Christian life. So, Jesus said today, be watchful, be alert. We can get into a deadly routine with the result that we are Christian by habit only. We may be just going through the motions, taking part in rituals that have lost all their freshness and meaning. We do not hear anymore the gospel. It is just it just goes in one ear, then goes out the other. It is just as if the face of Christ has vanished from our sight. Not because God has gone away from us, as the Israelites were thinking in the first reading, but because we, slowly and by routine, have distanced ourselves from God, falling into the trap of so many worldly preoccupations that have lured us away from God. So, what do we need to do then? What is the solution? We need to be disturbed from time to time. Then this is where Advent comes in. In a sense, we can say that Advent is a disturbing time. Advent issues a great wake-up call to us. It provides us with an opportunity to shake off the dust of routine, the dust of habit in our spiritual life, and to let Christ come alive once more in our lives. The Lord is coming. We do not know the day or the hour of His coming. So, any time is the wrong time for the unfaithful servant, but any time is the right time for the faithful servant. Faithful servant never fears the Lord's coming. He will come here because he knows that he will be judged according to his deeds. The gospel of today exhorts him to be watchful and to be alert. How can we do that? Once again, by being alive, watchful, by being responsible servant of the Lord and also of one another. Amen.